In previous class, we discussed about the what do you mean by the electric current and Ohm's law. So let me discuss about current density. Current density. What is the symbol is here? J is the current density symbol of the current density. Then when you have taken a metallic conductor, for this metallic conductor, what is the current flowing through this metallic conductor? Normal to the surface, perpendicular to the surface is called, for this area vector A cap A bar is called current. Then J is equal to current per unit area. Current per unit area normally to the surface of the conductor. Current flowing through a conductor normal to the surface. Then J bar, it is nothing but vector. Then it is a vector. Current density is a vector and it is a microscopic quantity. Current is a macroscopic property, but the current density is a microscopic property of the metallic conductor. And even you can write here I is equal to J bar dot A bar. Di is equal to dA bar. J bar dot dA bar. Is it? Or even you can write integral I is equal to integral dA, which is integral J bar dot ds bar dot A bar. A bar is the current density, which is microscopic. What would be the unit? SI unit is equal to what here? Ampere per meter square. Area, which is nothing but ampere per meter square. Now let us see the what do you mean by the what is equal is, remember V is equal to IR from Ohm's law. Ohm's law is nothing but what is represented V is equal to IR. Remember here V is nothing but potential difference, I is electric current and R is the resistance. All are in scalar form. But let me derive the expression for Ohm's law in vector form. Vector form of Ohm's law. Vector form of Ohm's law. How do we get? We know that V is equal to I into what is resistance of the conductor? Rho L by A. Is it? That is equal to I by A into rho, which is bring this side to this side, V by L, which is, remember, V by L. V by L is nothing but what? Potential difference per unit length. Potential difference per unit length, which is nothing but what you call electric field. Electric field is equal to I by A. I by A is nothing but what? Current per unit area, J cap into rho is nothing but what you know? Resistivity. Then E is equal to J into rho. Or even you can write, bring this rho to this side. J is equal to 1 by sigma into E bar. J bar is equal to, then J bar is equal to what you can write? 1 by sigma is nothing but conductivity. Sigma E bar. J bar is equal to sigma E bar. This is what the vector form of the Ohm's law. And let me discuss about one more important topic, which is when for a conductor. This is a metallic conductor, and for this metallic conductor, if it is a positive and it is negative plate, means when electric field is applied, what happens? The direction of the electric applied electric field is E. But whenever the electron is going opposite to the direction of the electric field, what happening? Is it in acceleration or retardation? It is in retardation, because force is acting opposite to the direction of the electric field. It is in retardation, and because of retardation, there is some opposition offered to this electron. Now, whatever may be the velocity of the electron in presence of the electric field, so let us take V. But when you have taken for all the number of electrons, the average velocity of all the electrons if you have taken, and whatever may be the average velocity elapsed by this electron, average velocity gained by the electron, which is in the presence of the electric field opposite to the direction of the electric field, is called drift speed or drift velocity. drift speed. So what do you mean by the drift speed? The average speed or average velocity gained by free electron in presence of the electric field or opposite to the direction of the electric field. Or in presence of the electric field. In presence of electric field. Opposite to the direction of the electric field is called drift speed. Is it? Then what is the expression for drift speed? Let us discuss the drift speed. And before that, what happens whenever we supply the potential difference, and because of this potential difference, what happens? This electron is gaining speed, which is opposite. But in this case, in the metals, what we have, the metallic conductors will be there, and positive ions of the metal core will be there, and we'll have some more electrons will be there. Now this electron collides with the positive ions and even with the neighboring electrons. Then whenever the electron is moving from one end to the other end of the metallic conductor in presence of the electric field, what will happen? To collide from one collision to the another collision, next collision, it will take some time. Is it okay? Then whatever may be the time elapsed between two successive collisions, and that one we call as a relaxation time. Relaxation time. So what is relaxation time? The average velocity, average time elapsed by an electron between two successive collisions. Between two successive collisions is called relaxation time T. Relaxation time T. Is it? And this relaxation time will be decreases with increasing temperature. Decreases with increasing temperature. As the temperature increases, the relaxation time will be decreases. Here also drift speed will be decreases with increasing temperature. Is it okay? What will happen? So when temperature is increased, thermal speed of the electrons will be increases. Thermal speed will be increases. Is it? But what happens to the drift speed? Drift speed will be decreases. Because of the thermal excitation, thermal speed of electrons will be increases, but the drift speed of the electrons will be decreases. Is it? Now let us derive the expression for the drift speed. Expression for drift speed. Expression for drift speed. So what do you mean by drift speed? So when you have taken a metallic conductor, if the initial velocity in the absence of electron, in absence of electric field, so what is the average velocity? Average velocity of the electrons means one electron is moving in this direction, and one more is moving in this direction, and one more electron is moving in this direction, one more. That means now some of the electrons are moving in one direction, some of the electrons are moving in another direction. That means the number of electrons are moving in one direction is equal to the number of electrons are moving in one direction. Because of that, what is the average velocity? So average in the absence of electric field, average velocity of electrons V or U sigma ui is equal to what? 0. Is it? But in presence of the electric field, in presence of the electric field, a plus, and here we have a minus, and electron is moving from A to A, negative to positive. What is the direction of electric field? Now, in presence of the electric field, in presence of electric field, what would be the direction? What would be the what would be happening? So, because of the presence of the electric field, for example, when you have taken electric field, so U1 initial velocity of this electron is V1 before applying electric field. After applying the electric field, what happens? It gains some velocity. But before that, the force acting on this one is equal to minus EE. Then MA is equal to what you know? Minus EE. Then what is acceleration of this electron? Acceleration or retardation is nothing but A is equal to minus EE by M. Minus EE by M. Therefore, final velocity of the electron, final velocity of electron V is equal to what you know? U plus A. Then V1 is equal to what? U1 plus A T1. A T1. Since then what we get here? V1 is equal to U1 minus E by M into T. But remember, what is the average velocity of the electron? Average velocity gained by the electron, or average speed gained by the electron in presence of the electric field is called what? Drift speed, which is drift speed is equal to V1 plus V2 plus and so on plus Vn by N. Is it? Now what we can write here? So let me write the expression. Problem of the electrons. For n number of electrons, that is equal to V average is equal to V1 is nothing but what you can write? U1 plus AT1. V2 is nothing but what you want? U2 plus AT2. And remember, for by n, U1 plus AT1 plus U2 plus AT2 plus and so on plus UN minus ATN by n. Now you separate U1, U2, U1 is equal to U1 plus U2 plus and so on plus UN by n, which is average emission, plus A into T1 plus T2 plus and so on plus Tn by n. Is it okay? Then what you can write? This is the average initial velocity of the electrons is 0 before applying electric field. Here the acceleration is nothing but what you know? Minus E by M. Let me write here E by M into, this is nothing but average time elapsed by the electron in presence of the electron, which is called relaxation time, then E by M into T. Therefore, minus E by M into T is a drift speed of the electron. Now, what does this negative sign represent? Negative sign represents here the drift speed is opposite to the direction of the electric field. Look at this one. It is the direction of the electric field, but electron is moving opposite to the direction of the electric field. Therefore, negative sign represents the drift speed is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So, this is the expression for the drift speed of the electric field, drift speed of the electrons in presence of the electric field. Let us discuss about the relation between the electric current and drift speed, and even let us try to derive the relation expression for the conductivity of the metals. What we have right here, what we have to know, relation between electric current and in terms of drift speed. very important one, current and electricity. Consider a metallic conductor of length L. At one end, positive terminal is connected, and at the other end, the negative terminal is connected. Now, what happens? This electron will be drifted in the direction opposite to the direction of the electric field E. Let us say how many number of electrons will be there? More number of the electrons will be there in the metallic conductors of the metals. Now, for a small interval of delta t time interval, what happens? If this electron moved by a distance delta x, is it delta x? Then what is the distance traveled? Distance traveled delta x is equal to what? Vd into delta t. Vd into delta t. But within this distance, how many number of electrons will be there? Are the volume occupied by the number of electrons within this volume? Volume occupied V is equal to area of cross section of this metallic conductor into distance traveled. Then what can write here? Volume is equal to area into delta x and then what? Vd delta t. But remember, we know that n represents here number of electrons per unit volume, number density, number of electrons per unit volume. Now, if you know number of electrons per unit volume, then we can find how many number of electrons will be present within this volume. Whenever it is traveling, whenever it is moving in a presence of this electric field to a delta x distance within a small interval delta t, then within this small distance, not only one electron we have, but number of electrons will be there. Then how many number of electrons will be there within that volume? Number of electrons within this volume. So how do we get? N into number densities, number of electrons per unit volume into this volume, this particular volume. Then A, Vd, delta T. So these are what number of electrons. Tell me, what will be the charge of all these electrons? From the quantization of the charge, the total charge is equal to the integral multiple of the basic unit of the charge, which is denoted by the E. Therefore, total charge of these electrons in this particular volume, delta Q is equal to E, charge of the electron, minus E into electron. As we have taken here electron, negative charge minus E into volume of this one, Na Vd delta T. Na Vd delta T. Now bring this delta T to this side. What do you have? Delta Q by delta T, which is nothing but what does this represent? Delta Q by delta T, rate of flow of charge at a small interval of time. So we call it as a instantaneous current. Instantaneous current. dq by dt, which is nothing but I is equal to minus Na E Vd. Na E Vd. Now I is equal to minus Na E Vd. Vd represents what? Drift speed. Vd represents what? Drift speed. Look at this one. Again here we have a negative sign. What does this negative sign represent? Electric current is opposite to the direction of the drift speed. That is what we know. What do you mean by the conventional current? What is the direction of conventional current? In the direction of the flow of positive charge, opposite to the direction of the flow of electron. Now, Vd is nothing but what? Speed of the electron. If it is moving in this direction, then what is the direction of the conventional current? Opposite to this one. That's what we get here negative sign. The meaning of the negative sign here is what? Direction of the current is opposite to the direction of the electric field. And let me derive from this one, let me derive the conductivity of the material of the wire or a metallic conductors. Bring this A to this side, A to this side. So what do you get here? Current by area is equal to minus N into A E into VD. Minus N into A into VD. So what do you have? I by A is nothing but what we know? Current density. Then current density J, yeah, J bar is equal to what do we have? Minus NE into VD. But remember, what do you mean by the drift speed? Drift speed VD is equal to minus E by M into T. Relaxation time. Now let me substitute instead of VD this value. Then J is equal to minus NE into minus E by M into T. Minus into minus plus. Then J is equal to minus N into E square and T by M. Is it? Into what do we have? E. Then J bar is equal to what? E bar. And which is similar to the vector form of the Ohm's law. What is vector form of the Ohm's law? E is equal to J into rho. J is equal to what? Sigma E. Then from vector form of Ohm's law, J bar is equal to sigma E bar. Therefore, what does this represent? Conductivity of the material of the conductor. Then conductivity sigma is equal to N E square T by M. This is what conductivity of the material of the conductors. Is it? Now let us discuss what do you mean by the mobility. Even you can observe conductivity doesn't depend upon number density of the electrons and charge of the electron, relaxation time and mass of the electrons. And let us discuss this concept again when we discuss about the variation of the resistance or resistivity with the temperature. What is the mobility of the charge carriers? Mobility mu. The symbol we have taken it is mu. What do you mean by the mobility? Mobility is nothing but the drift velocity per unit electric field. Drift velocity per unit electric field. Unit electric field is called mobility. So let me write here mu is equal to VD by E. Let us tell you what is the unit for the drift velocity mobility. Drift velocity is nothing but velocity which is meter per second, meter second power minus 1 by what is electric field unit? Volt per meter. Is it? Then volt per meter which is nothing but what we can write here? Meter square volt power minus 1 and second power minus 1. Meter square volt power minus 1 second power minus 1 is the mobility unit. Now even mu is equal to Vd. Vd is nothing but what known? Drift speed. Drift speed is nothing but minus E by M into T. Let me substitute here the magnitude of the drift speed we have taken. Then E by M into T by E will be cancelled. Then what we have here? Vd is equal to E T by M is the drift speed of the electrons. Is it? So we have discussed today about the what is current density. Is current density vector or scalar? It is a vector. Electric current is a scalar, but current density is a vector. Even electric field is a vector, but electric potential is a scalar. So that according to Ohm's law, E is equal to R. It is a scalar form, but can we write it is in vector form? Yes. What is the vector form of the Ohm's law? E is equal to 0 or J is equal to sigma E, that is a vector form. So we have seen that the vector form, and from that we derive the relation between even what do you mean by the drift speed, relaxation time, and the expression for the drift speed we have seen Vd is equal to minus E by m into T. Thereafter we have derived the relation between electric current and drift speed. Even finally we arrived the relation for conductivity sigma is equal to m square T by m. And when you have derived the expression, you need to explain the terms whatever we have. N represents number density of the electrons, number of electrons per unit volume. E is the charge of the electron. Where T is what? Relaxation time. M is what? Mass of the electron or what? Mass of the charged particle, whatever we have. And thereafter. So in next class we discuss about the what are the limitations of the Ohm's law, and thereafter how is the temperature changes, how to calculate the resistance of the resistor. These things we will discuss in next class. Thank you.